In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you how to make high caliber men pursue you in ways that you've literally never experienced before and attract the love that you truly deserve by doing the opposite of what you've been told your entire life. See, my experience as an executive love coach over the past 15 years, helping women just like you attract love, I found that there are 6 myths that are really silently sabotaging your dating life. And these myths are just repeating in statements over and over and over in your mind. And it's causing you to really push away the wrong types of guys and deflect the right types. And as an executive love coach over the past 15 years, helping women just like you attract long-lasting love, I've found that there are 6 myths that silently sabotage your dating life, and it pushes men away. It's kind of like a bad soundtrack just repeating over and over and over in your mind, and it causes you to believe that love isn't really possible for you. And ultimately, it causes you to chase the wrong types of guys and lose confidence if men aren't interested. So my goal today is to help you create a new narrative in your mind that love is absolutely possible. And once you can reframe some of these belief systems and these myths, suddenly you're going to see love everywhere. You can actually start noticing that great men are available out there and that love is absolutely possible for you. The first myth that is absolutely sabotaging your love life is that your success is what is intimidating men. Now, I will absolutely acknowledge that a very successful woman will absolutely intimidate a very low value guy, 100%. But I will absolutely push back on the idea that your success intimidates all men. When in fact, high caliber, successful men are drawn to women who are equals to them, who are on their level. And there's a lot of good data to support this. In fact, one recent survey showed that as many as 92% of men who describe themselves as either very successful or just successful say that they're attracted to women who are successful in their careers. And it gets better. As many as 89% of high-achieving men say that they'd like to marry or have already married a woman who is as intelligent as they are or even more intelligent than they are. And I will include myself in that percentage given that my wife is literally one of the smartest people I've ever met in my entire life. And it is massively attractive and sexy. So if you are finding that you are constantly intimidating men, perhaps it's not your success that's intimidating them. Is it possible that it's actually something else? Maybe it's the energy that we're putting out there on first dates. Maybe we are bringing that super dominant go-getter type of energy on that first date, and that's pushing away these types of guys. I know this can be a really tough pill to swallow, but I don't want you to feel like your success is what's stopping you from attracting love. When we work with really successful clients, we work with them on leaning into their feminine magnetic energy. And that energy might be different than how you show up professionally. And that's a beautiful thing. We can have many different identities in many different scenarios. And that's why little love step number 1 in all of our little love steps is all about radiating that feminine confidence that is truly magnetic to the highest caliber guys out there. If you want to learn all the 7 little love steps to attracting love you truly deserve, just head on over to lovestrategies.com. We have a completely free step-by-step training that'll walk you through that whole process. The second belief that is absolutely sabotaging most people's love life is the idea of just follow your heart. And I get it. This advice feels really good to receive. It's also really fun to give. It's easy advice to give. Just follow your heart and see what happens. But is that really helping? What this really means, if we're really diving into this concept, is to just follow your impulses. And unfortunately, if you've never experienced a really healthy relationship, your impulses or your heart, quote unquote, might just continue to cause you to repeat old patterns into the arms of the wrong guys. So here at Love Strategies, we have a saying from our chief love scientist, Dr. Gary Lewandowski. He always says, follow your heart, but bring some strategy with you. We need to have a decision-making framework, which requires us to bring some discipline to our love life. It might mean walking away from a guy who feels right to us, but we know strategically is a terrible decision for us. The third myth that can absolutely sabotage your love life is the idea that love comes when you least expect it. So you wait. And then you wait. And then you scream to the world, I'm not expecting love. Can it please come to me, all right? Where is it? But the harsh reality is that love really comes when you take radical action. You gotta change your ways. You gotta get your beautiful behind off of the couch, go meet lots and lots of people, and you need to say next when a guy is not right for you, and then you need to be intentional about opening your heart to the right types of guys. The sad reality is that you're probably not gonna meet the love of your life sitting at home watching Netflix on a Wednesday night. You could say, yeah, I'm online dating, I'm swiping, But that's not really doing anything unless you're actually going out and regularly meeting new guys all the time. So here at Love Strategies, we are huge fans of massive radical action, going out, meeting lots and lots of people, even if you don't necessarily feel ready yet, just taking those steps, because what can happen is once you start going on some dates, you actually become ready when you meet the right person. Picasso has this amazing quote that I love, which is, to know what you're going to draw, you have to begin drawing. And I think that relates to love as well. It's really hard to conceptualize the person you're going to be with until we actually go out and start meeting new people. The fourth myth that I've seen destroy a lot of potential relationships early on is this idea that a lot of women have, that if a man is not immediately chasing you, then he's not interested. If he's not over the top showing crazy attention right off the bat, then he's not interested. That is a myth that will sabotage your love life, because healthy love tends to be very slow and it tends to build over time. And this is why when we work with clients, we're very intentional about pacing, moving really slow at the early stages of dating so that he's also moving slow, so that we can actually get to know each other on an emotional level first. Because if a guy is just constantly chasing right off the bat, he's completely infatuated with you, he's always texting you, he might be doing all of this from a place of actual neediness. And if he does jump into a relationship with you, it can end just as quickly as it begins. Guys who typically do that will just bounce from one relationship to another. Is that really what you want? Another myth that might just be killing your confidence when you're getting out there is that you should be able to figure all this dating stuff out on your own. And it's kind of crazy to me that we spend so much money on education, learning various skills, or getting training or a master's degree or a PhD on all these various topics, but very, very rarely do people really study love and attraction. And so if you are struggling in your love life, just know that you're not alone, and there are ways to get educated in this area of your life, whether it's with us or anyone else out there. I just encourage spending the time, investing your energy, reading books, taking courses, getting coaching, so that you can have kind of a blueprint in your love life, having kind of a cheat code through this whole process. By having new information, new strategies, it's gonna put you in the driver's seat of your love life. And the final myth that I wanted to save to the end, because it's a little bit controversial, but I think it's something we all need to hear, is this idea that you need to wait until your heart is 100% healed before you can get out there and find love. Now, I get it. There's so much dating advice out there that says you need to heal your heart. You need to feel 100% worthy of yourself before you can get out there and find love. And I understand the good intentions behind that advice. But the problem is, if you're finding love later in life, you've probably been through some stuff in your life, whether it's divorce, maybe you're widowed, maybe you've been in terrible, terrible relationships throughout your whole life, and you keep trying to feel healed, but it's just not coming yet. And what's worse about this idea is that when you're healing your heart, it's not the same as healing a wound. Like, you can't actually see with your own eyes when it's actually fully healed. It's more of a feeling. So we're waiting and waiting and waiting for this feeling to wake up one day and be like, I am healed, I am ready. And the problem is, once again, that day might not come. And I'm not saying this from a place of negativity. I'm saying this from a place of positivity, where you don't actually have to feel 100% healed in order to start taking steps forward in your life. And in fact, sometimes taking those steps forward is part of the healing process. Sometimes getting out there and dating or falling in love with the right man is a part of the healing process. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these myths do you feel like have sabotaged your love life? Leave that comment, and just remember, as part of this video, you can attract the love of your life so long as you believe that it's possible. I'm here to walk with you every single step of the way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.